Alright, since he's seen the damage, there you go, boys. Hey guys, in this video, we're just going to do the final update for the Tankbringer. Yeah, only really minor changes. As you can see, the trees changed a lot. Blah blah blah, I'll explain why. So basically I drop Arn Citadel and Count's Madness on the build, and yeah. So now I got Arm Break 3, Rig Wolds, Brutality 3, Rapid Attacks, Magnified Area. You could easily swap this Magnified Area for more attack speed. My area of effect is like 6 point... I think it's like 6.3 or something meters or something. It's pretty big. Fortify and Cry, blah blah blah, just damage. I now run Bone Shatter. You can stun with like a mace like this if you just put on like these two supports. So I just did it. So these are the supports I'm running on Leap Slam. And then when, yeah, they're primed to stun, might as well just use Bone Shatter. It also helps during like bossing, because like just stun them a bit earlier, get extra damage. Still debuffing with Sunder if you want. Herald of Ash. For bossing, I switch on Berserk. You don't need to. You only need to do it against like harder bosses, but yeah. You can, if with Defiance of Destiny, you can just get the highest max life as possible, and a mid-roll of this is fine. And then all my gear's pretty much the same. Besides getting like a max res belt, like my gear's pretty much the same. Yeah. Sorry about the cost of these lightning coils. They're really expensive now, but I still think 3 sockets and crit reduction is still probably more than worthwhile. Yeah. Especially in a build where you have a life pool that's like only like 3k, you need to reduce all the hits by as much as possible. Yes, with Encase in Jade and the changes I made, we have effectively a 5k hit pool. But yeah. You still want to invest in crit reduction. Cool. So let's talk about the changes. Yeah, so just break armor. Just helps us break in like 1 or 2 hits. Then yeah. Attack damage, we get all the block, we get all the armor, we get all the block. I did get these points. I'm not sure if they're any better than these ones. I can't tell, to be completely honest. I do have a Prison Belief for Fortifying Cry skills because Shield Wall is way too expensive, so I just grabbed this. You can 100% just do this. Okay, and then you'll have like reses like this, and your defense will be quite good. It's up to you. I don't really notice it. When you have like 75% block, you don't really notice anything. So attack damage, break armor. I still don't know whether this transfers across weapon sets. I just can't be bothered to find out. Yeah, everything's pretty similar, and then just like way more area of effect and just damage here on close range. And that was the main reason why I did the change. And honestly, the area of effect is still like pretty large. Yeah, still armor, rage, and life leech, and then yeah, my From Nothing is Gem Enthusiast and Leatherbound Gauntlets. It used to be Behemoth, Unbending, and Honorless. If you're running higher Delhi maps, you might consider doing these ones as the From Nothing instead of this. The reason is they just do a lot more stun build up in Delhi, in the higher Delhi for some reason. It's one of the main things I notice. And if you get stunned, you'll get killed by the abyssals more easily. Because, yeah, it's the degens that will kill you. You can't really die to most, like, hits. Unless it's, like, bad mods. Anyway. Yeah, that's literally it. And then this new jewel, Undying Hate with Aminanu, it gives you this thing on the keystone. When taking damage for hits, 20% of life loss is prevented, then 150% of the life loss prevented is taken as damage over time. We only really care about this. Effectively, because it only interacts with life, it basically increases your base hit pool by 25%, which is quite a lot. But because guard doesn't interact with it, when we use full guard, or when we use Encase in Jade, the effect is like 15%. And for each point invested, the increase to my hit pool is like 10 to 12%, something like that. Or it's like 10 to 15% on average. Which is still really good for the points invested and better than if I spent it anywhere else. So I think that's a good move. Obviously, if you do not want to spend the points, you could put all this into something else. If you think the survivability is good enough, you could literally put it all into more damage if you want to. And because I don't have that much damage scaling on the tree, you can still get, like, you know, for all these points invested, like here for example, you can still grab what would it be, 25% more damage for the points or something like that? Yeah, so definitely you can see where I've tested my one-shots on citadels. It didn't go well. Don't fuck around with the citadel bosses on Delhi. That's my advice. I am a warrior after all. I don't have 20k ES. Oh, and we get to play. Wait, I need to evaluate my odds of surviving against him. It's pretty low actually. We'll see. We'll end it. Yeah, so a little bit of bone shatter makes it fun. And then yeah, we'll get to see if we can survive monkey. Oh no, I fell over. So you see the reservation effect kicking in. And yeah, it looks like your health's going down more than it actually is. Let me grab a couple of these splinters. I don't know why I'm really worried about the loot because... Ooh. We got a dangerous mob. That's the other good thing about this change is you'll one-shot, like, all rares pretty much. And yeah. Or at least most rares until you get to higher delirium.
Here we go.
Let me get that. So yeah, still not the fastest clear. We are a warrior after all, a slow warrior. But you know, it's fun. That's all that matters, at least to me. If you are playing Sim, I would say don't bother with the Undying Hate. It's not needed. So if you use this as a Sim build, which I know people do use.
My satchel is full.
Which is honestly probably what it's best at. Especially because it's a no rarity build. Oh, we're gonna see, boys. Maybe not. Alright. Since he's seen the damage, there you go, boys. There you go. Extra cold, extra chaos. 36 deli. You can survive. And I don't even think I had I don't think I even had Encase and Jade up. I'll get back to you on that one actually. I'll stop the recording and then I'll start a new one. I'll tell you. I don't think I had it up. Okay guys, so I checked the footage and I only had some guard up. I didn't even have some PDR up. Yeah, so that was kind of a solid raw dog of the attack. Yeah, we'll go through it. Oh, by the way, yeah, I didn't have Berserk on, which is why the damage was a bit shit. Alright, since you've seen the damage, there you go, boys. Yeah, and this would have killed me without the reservation, which is why I invested into the reservation. Yeah, extra cold, extra chaos, honestly, aren't that bad mods. The most dangerous mods, because this is a pure fizz, is actually just more damage. That would be the one I'll worry about, because this will just get eaten up by my reses for the most part. So, yeah. Man, explains why I was taking a bit more damage on this map. Less recovery rate, marked for death. Not the best. Cool. But that's why you play this build. Yeah, we'll just do a breach just for, you know, just so you get a good baseline in terms of damage. And then yeah. That's it, guys. That's it for the league, I think. I'm not gonna fuck around doing... Bro, let me go. I'm probably not gonna fuck around doing another build. Go play Risk of Rain, go play Battlefield 6, probably. For some reason in this domain, I can't stun the enemies, which is I feel like it's kind of funny. So if you noticed, I stopped investing into armor applying to Ellie, and I have a few reasons for it actually. One, you can get like 80 max res so easily. Two is because we're 75% block, and after, I don't know, in my opinion, most of the big elemental attacks from bosses are actually like blockable outside of a few exceptions, and we're not going to talk about Arby. So, given that, and the fact that the unblockable attacks are mainly fizz, I was just like, so more often than not, I'm going to mitigate it, and even if I don't, I actually still have a big enough hit pool that I'll probably be able to tank it anyway, and the odds of them hitting me twice are extremely low. So that's sort of why I stopped investing into it. Like, obviously still have a good amount. Like, there's no, like, you got to have a little bit, but I think PDR is more worthwhile. That monkey slam would pretty much have killed me if I didn't have PDR, I think. Yeah, I think there's just much better ways to invest your points, or like just to invest if you got a setup like mine. To be completely honest, we'll do the gem swap. You definitely do not have to, but we'll do it anyway, just for damage sakes. So yeah, damage is good. I think that's all that needs to be said. You can get more for sure. Would I bother getting more? No, I wouldn't. Yeah. And I think where the damage the situations where you'd need more damage are just not where the build's going to really succeed. The build's going to struggle doing, you know, the hardest deli maps purely because of the abyss mechanics and the degens. It just doesn't really work that well. Outside of that, you could do the hardest content, but it's just the degens. We just don't have a big enough life pool. If our life pool was like, you know, 5,000, might be a bit different of a story. We might be able to survive, but honestly, I feel like it just caters towards range builds if I can wipe the screen, and we're just not that. But if all you're doing is like the standard like map juicing, chucking on like 36% deli with, you know, the increased like rare monsters and doing 6 mods and stuff like that, yeah, this build's going to feel fantastic. If you like doing sim, the build's going to feel fantastic. Yeah, and the damage is more than good enough, especially with our level of defenses. You can tank most of the common one-shots. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're doing Citadel farming, I don't know. I think Citadels, they do so much damage, especially if you're juicing them up. I think, honestly, for Citadels, it's better to just... I don't think this is a very, very good, like, juice Citadel farmer. Purely because they just do a little too much damage. And we don't do quite enough damage. Now, if we could kill Zesh in, like, 3 hits... might be a different story. Like if we were doing 5 mil per shield ball, but we're not. You could definitely gear it up in that way to do it. But yeah, cool. That's really it. No leveling guide, no freaking written build guide. I'm not doing that stuff. Yeah. I'm just wanting to show you what I've been doing, what works for me, and yeah, that's really it. Cool. Alright guys, I'll catch you.